Yes, the topic for the webinar was Universal Design for Learning, Planning Multi-Level Instruction. And this webinar was conducted by COE Noida, and resource person was Miss Gunjan Tomar, who is facilitator in DPS International School, Gurugram. So here we started with the picture perception. So this picture was in front of us, and we had to just what was our first thought. So can we just have, if any one of you has any thought, just whatever came in your mind when we are observing this picture, anyone can please share your idea or thought.
I can share. It
Yes,
says
ma'am.
that it's one classroom, but then there are different kinds of learners with different kinds of abilities in this classroom. There's an elephant, there's a monkey, then there's a dog, and there's a fish, and I think there's a bird also, a penguin.
Yes.
So,
So
it's a. Mhm.
yes, ma'am. Please continue, ma'am.
The teacher has to actually, for giving any kind of assignment or work or any kind of learning outcome he is expecting, he has to take into consideration their, first of all, the kind of multiple intelligences that they're having, and also their abilities into consideration.
Yes, ma'am. So I
And
do agree.
Modify
Yes,
his teaching style accordingly.
definitely, ma'am. I do agree with you. So here, according to the picture, there is a teacher who says that this is the exam and the assessment has been given and you all have to solve the same, and which we generally do. And from like past many years, we have been doing that. But now the things are changing. We are modifying our teaching methods, our strategies, our learning strategies as well. And as well, students are also learning new methodologies to, they are getting adapted to new techniques, and they are also understanding what is exactly how they should understand and how they should go through with the concept. So here, if our education system is like this, so everybody is a genius, but if we judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupidity. Somewhere this reflects the education system which we need to change. So here comes the role of UDL. UDL is a universal design for learning, which is an educational framework based on the research in the learning sciences, including cognitive neuroscience, that guides the development of flexible learning environments and learning spaces that can accommodate individual learning difference. Definitely, we all as an educator, we all are facing this in our day-to-day classroom also, in classroom teaching also, because sometimes what happens when learners are in front of us and we give them some assignment, then each child has his own mindset, his own level of thinking. Some may ask you the question which is genuinely, it can be a doubt for the whole class, but some comes up with such a question which you were not expecting the child to ask during that particular examination or maybe the explanation process. So here we can identify the mindset, the intelligence level of a child. So we need to work on this and we need to adapt this. When this UDL plays a vital role, plays a very important role, and according to the educational framework based on research, according to the many researches, we have come to this conclusion that yes, it is mandatory. Differentiated instruction is a part of the teaching which every child and every educator should take the benefit of that. So here we come to the next slide. Now, by looking at this picture, can we just throw some light on these thoughts, like what is happening in the picture? If anyone would like to share anything, whatever is the thought. Anyone can express anything, whatever you feel like something is coming in your mind by looking at the picture.
Here we are not trying to make learners independent learners, wherein like we focus basically on letting them know what we feel is right, not thinking about what the child may want to learn. So maybe the system is such wherein we look at achieving a certain goal for our point of view, maybe from our point of view, and somewhere we try to curb the curiosity of the children in the classroom, maybe.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, I agree with your thought. Some serious talks like here, if we understand that we have learners in our classroom and who learn differently, then we are doing something about it. Are we really doing it? Suppose sometimes we identify, yes, she needs little more help, and suppose some students, they are okay with the hints also. If we just give them a little hint, they can solve the complete, they can answer you completely whatever is the requirement of the question. But some students, while teaching also, when we teach them again and again the same concept, but still they always say that, ma'am, I did not understand. So even this problem I also face, but here we need to understand that, yes, are we really giving them differentiated instruction? So why are our assignments and the assessments same for all students? Definitely we should agree with this, that yes, we cannot put same assignments. Every child has a different level, so we need to build up our assignments in such a way so that it match up to the need of every child. All students learn the same way. Is that true? I am sure many of you would agree to me that it is not true, because we are not manufacturing learning. So we have to understand how a child, or a group of students can cope up with our concept. They can understand the concept. Now this picture is giving us a very good idea and a clarity of the whole concept. Can anyone just go through this picture and whatever thought, maybe some explanation you want to share? And it's very common picture, but it's really very nice when you look at it and understand the meaning. It explains the whole concept in one picture only. So can anyone just throw some light?
Ma'am, maybe it says that we need to respect each other's differences. Maybe we
Definitely.
cannot. Yes.
Yes. Definitely, yes. Ma'am. Yes. Anyone else? Can we compare both the pictures here? We can see here. Yes, ma'am.
Everyone is not fortunate enough to get equal opportunities. Everyone is not that fortunate enough. Even in the picture, you can see everyone is not getting the same kind of light, shade, or whatever. So. Yeah, we need to respect their differences. Accordingly, we need to frame our syllabus or pattern of teaching.
Yes.
The levels that each child may be at is different here.
Yes.
So we need to look into
Yes. Yeah, fair is not all equal. Providing everybody equal doesn't mean that we are being fair to them. So depending upon the ability, to some we have to give more and to some we have to give less.
Exactly. So I do respect each one's thought and I do agree with each one's thought. So here, giving everyone the same thing, it only works if everyone starts from the same place. Now here, first, we need to understand what is the level of learning of a child and how much more he needs to come up to that level. Now if we suppose one child is not that much very good in concepts, and some is very much means he is known to the concepts and his mind level is different, so we cannot give the same assignment. So first we need to make their levels equal. So what is the first thing what we need to do is we need to give them the assignment first to understand their levels. And as and when we understand their level, and then comes the differentiated instruction, because when we understand the level, some may need little bit of guidance. As you can see, this has only one slab. Now this child maybe he needs little more, and this child he needs little more of the instruction from a teacher. And then, but what is the outcome? They all are at the same level. So here, access to the same opportunities must first ensure that equity before we can enjoy equality. So I think this picture explains a lot in itself, and we move forward to the universal learning design. How do we do that? There are many methods. There are n number of methods in which we can understand the need of it, and we can also execute it in our classroom. Like, some students, they understand audio visual, some students, they understand by representation, like they understand by drawing, some understand by the action, some are very interested in research work, and some means every child, some wants to always do the experiments with the things. So they all have their different ways of thinking, different thought process. So definitely we need to respect the need of every child. We need to fulfill the need along with our learning design. We need to mention all these things in our learning design. And how can we keep the child engaged? Some learners, they do the work very soon, and they finish off the task which is given in the class. Now it is our duty, how do we engage that child in some other task, so that he is not he does not feel that he is not a part of a class. Now he has completed the work, and it depends on us, how are we engaging a child. Maybe it can be a slow learner, or he can be the most intelligent one. It is our duty how we are modifying our lesson design and how we are implementing it in our classroom. So here all these things plays a very important role. For example, if some chapter you have taught, so then we can also give them to make a geo for any particular concept, and we can also give them some assignments. We have to pre-plan our assignments beforehand for these learners, those who sometimes we need some assignments for slow learners also. If they are not able to solve what is given in the class, then first we need to give them the basics, so that they can have a revision of the concept, and they can then go ahead with the new concept which we are giving them in the class, which will definitely increase their confidence level, and they will definitely feel very good in themselves, and their confidence level will take them to the next level for learning. Now here we have, how does UDL work? Means there are some effective network engagement, that is why of learning. Suppose some students, they generally all the educators must have faced this thing, because as my experience I'm sharing, they ask why I'm learning this, why this topic is so important. So definitely we have to satisfy, we have to justify the question what they are asking. So we generally give them examples related to their day-to-day life. So try to relate the concepts, we have to try to relate the concepts to their day-to-day life, so that they understand, yes, this is the need of the concept, and it is not only bookish language, it is not only pen and paper test where this concept will be used. They have to use this concept, means it can be in their day-to-day life, related to the society, family, it can be anywhere. So here feelings and emotions can affect a student's performance. It is important that we keep the learners engaged meaningfully through various activities. Suppose some students, they, we are not able to give everybody a chance, but we can, any other ways, there can be other ways also, we can keep them engaged, so that they don't feel neglected also. Because many times, I have my experience, I am telling you, I came with this feedback also, that means ma'am, I am not able to participate, you don't ask me. So we have to then I also realized that yes, we need to fulfill the need of that student's learning behavior. How? Because he is feeling neglected at that point of time. So we have to avoid that, and we have to plan our activities in that way, so that everyone is engaged somewhere. Now, how does UDL work, and what is the why of learning examples? Now here we can understand that topic very easily with the help of examples here. suppose if we have given any task and the child completes that, now we have various ways to engage a child. We can conduct research and experiments. Some are very good in research. We can make groups. We can make them give them a group task that this group will make a research, this group will make a report, this group can conduct a play on that particular topic. So in this way, what we realize that each of the student is able to explore, and we also understand that yes, they come out their efforts will definitely come out with the flying colors, and we also realize that yes, this child is so good in this, I never knew that. So I hope this must have this also incident must have been a part of your life whenever however you all are teaching. Some or the other way you must have come across these type of examples also, that you never knew that a student was such a good in art, and we come to know when we give them a chance to explore. So it is very important that we give n number of exposures to the student to understand and to express whatever talent they have. So here we come to now why UDL is required, why universal design for learning is important in classroom, because we have different learners in our classroom and they have different needs. They come from different educational backgrounds. I hope you all would agree to that. Have different attention spans and interest, because we only ask the students in class that how many of you want to participate in dance, so many of you will say yes, and some of them will say no. That means they have a different interest and have different attention spans and interests, have different language abilities. Some came from now we are here in Maharashtra. We see many states, people come from many states, different states, so they face language problem. So here we need to cater the need of the child. So we have to understand what is the need, what is the difficulty a child is facing with aspect to the language ability. Have different cultural backgrounds. Definitely we all come from different cultural backgrounds, so we need to look on these lines and we need to understand how we can modify our learning design and how we can make it more effective for teaching our different learners of our classroom. Here we come to this point, how does UDL work? Means action and expression, the how of learning. Now there are some examples. Some children they are very good in very proactive. They will answer you as in when you put up a question. Some of the student, they are always the first one to answer. So how can we differentiate that those who are not answering, what about them? So here a teacher needs to understand with all the means, like some they are very good in writing, they give their answers in written. Some they are very much they are very good in oral calculations, and some are good in writing. Some write very nice stories, some write very nice scripts, they are very good. And some are very techno savvy, they are very good in games, they explore games and they will teach you how they have explored this game and how they can use this technology. Now we need to appreciate their work, whatever maybe that is. They have done something like suppose in maths period also, some students, sometimes, not always, they share something which is not relevant to the math period. So we need to accept their words, we need to make them the part of the class, and we should make them realize that yes, something if they have done very innovative, we should appreciate it. Like here I have given an example of a teacher. a child comes and shows this story, and teacher says, wow, this is so great and this is such a nice story, you should copyright it. So somewhere she is appreciating. So we should appreciate, and definitely feedback is one of the important thing. Maybe it's positive or negative. We should try to make negative feedback also a little bit positive for a child, so that he takes in a positive manner. Now, how can we integrate technology with UDL? That is, we can use the sign languages are also known now, but here we don't need sign language since we don't have. But generally, some students, they don't understand sometimes the pronunciation and all, whatever is going on in the class, or maybe somehow he missed listening to the words. Then we can use the immersive reader. We can use the voice feedbacks to give to the student, because we are using Teams, and Teams has many features in it. We can use the live captions when we record some video in this MS Stream. There also we have the option of live caption, so even students also, they can easily understand. So somewhere we can integrate technology with UDL, but we cannot replace UDL by any of the technology. Definitely that is true, because child always needs a teacher to learn, and an educator is the best teacher, educator is the best thing, who plays a very important role in the society to for imparting education. So technology somewhere can be integrated, but it cannot overrule anything. So here what we have learned, that we have to integrate our learning design, or we can integrate our classroom activities with technology somewhere, which will help our learners to understand in a better way. So to finally, I would like to conclude my UDL understandings and pointers with a thought that an environment that is universally designed for learning. Now we can conclude that UDL is something which shows students that there are multiple ways to be successful, multiple ways to solve the problems, and multiple ways to learn from mistakes. We can not say that you made a mistake, now you never do this. It's okay. We have to accept their mistakes as well. We have to accept their faults, and we have to accept their extra whatever they have, talents. So here I would like to conclude my session with a Mentimeter link, and I am posting it in a chat. So I would like to just you all to give your votings. You can click on that and give your votes on that. It will only take 30 seconds. I have pasted the link in the chat box. I hope it is accessible. So with the voting link, I would like to conclude my session. Hope you all understood, or I am able to share my experience and knowledge with you all. And thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to express my views and learnings. In the workshop, I really did not understood anything, but when I went through the complete presentation, then I understood everything. And then when I made my own presentation, then exactly I understood what was it. So thank you for this opportunity.
Thanks a lot. Though we started with a plan that you will be just sharing the, the details and about your training, but when I saw the presentation, I was really happy that you have taken that initiative to share your learning with all team members. And that's the spirit we should all, have to share our learnings from whichever source we learn, whether it is COE or any other place. But if we are ready to share our learning, because education field is not the same at all what it was a decade before. It has been evolving, changing each and every day, and pandemic has pushed us, more a decade ahead. So I really appreciate the efforts taken by you. And genuinely what you have expressed, that when we attend the session, the learning may not happen then, but when we prepare for the session, then more learning happens when you are preparing it for others. And that is the reason we are planning our in-house trainings, so that the learning can be made more concrete, so that you go through more research work, you go through more go into details, go into the nitty-gritty, and then bring the best for your team. So yes, that is the reason why we will be having more of our in-house training, so that it will be a recap of your own learning. You make it more concrete and share it with your team members. Good start. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. I would share the result if it is possible.
Yeah, please.
These are the results. What do you understand by universal? These all pointers are the part of it. Thank you for the results. Thank you, ma'am.
Good. So most of us believe that differentiated learning, flexible learning environment, and multi-level instruction, all of it is required to prepare a universal design for learning. A lot more we will be doing related to this, of course. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Amrita.